For behind the scenes, sculptures, or if you just want to see the antics that I get myself into on a day-to-day basis, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and also VidMe. And if you're watching this on VidMe, subscribe to my breathtaking YouTube channel. Thank you very much, and please enjoy the video. Salutations, ladies and gentlemen. I am your illustrious host, Klay-Kremling, and today I'm talking about another Spongebob game. Yep, that's right. You know, there really is a cult following for Spongebob games, because the games that I've reviewed so far have gotten lots of views on my channel. So, why not review another one? More views for me. But I am going to change things a little bit today, because this SpongeBob game was recommended by a fan, and this game in question being SpongeBob Operation Krabby Patty. Now, since this was recommended by a fan, I was really curious to see how this would be. And oh my god. And this game has a cult following as well. So, unless you want to see your childhood being shat on by a stuck-up cretin like me, you may want to leave the video and save me the dislike. I'll wait. You're still there? Oh, well, it looks like you wore your big boy pants today. Now, I will certainly try to be constructive about this and not too biased. Now, hold on a second. You see, I like to have a little list for my pros and cons. Pros. It's SpongeBob, okay. Cons! Oh my. Oh my. Jeez. Come on, guys. Do you really need me to tell you how much this game sucks? I'd rather French kiss Donkey Kong.
And I'm sure he'd shower you with coconut cream pies in return, Clay.
What the hell are you?
Easy. I'm a sloth. And I thought my kind was slow.
What in the name of Davy Jones' locker is a sloth?
Ooh, classic nostalgic YouTuber. Going for the low-hanging SpongeBob quotes to bring in the crowd.
Silence! How did you get on my table?
Ladder.
What's your name?
Okay, alright. I'm Pasty Bartholomew Beauregard Willingston Worthleton Fondleberg Baker the 13th.
Okay. You are what I see you are, Mr. Fondleberg. Wait, Pasty? I've heard this name before. Have you by any chance commented on my videos?
Why, yes, I have. And I do. And I've come here to—
Why? You must have came for an autograph. Do you have any paper? Thought not, here you go. I tried to stay as humble and down to earth as much as possible, but it's not that easy when you have as many fans as me. I mean, I am quite amazing.
Oh, actually, I wouldn't mind an autograph. Thank you. I really— Wait, hold on a second. What's this?
Oh, yeah. Don't fret. I'll fetch you a blank piece.
No. I mean, were you serious about all these complaints? You're saying you can't find a single good thing about Operation Krabby Patty?
Well, it's certainly not the worst thing ever, but that doesn't mean it doesn't suck crocodilian dicks.
Unbelievable. Okay, hold on. You know, it's a good thing I decided to show up when I did, because otherwise you would have just gone on your merry way with tearing this game apart.
Well, if you think it's so good, then why don't you take up the mouse and prove me wrong?
With pleasure.
So anyway, this game came out in 2001 and was published by THQ. And if you don't know who THQ are, well, they were the ones who published a lot of the Nickelodeon games, and they were pretty fun to play back in the day. So hopefully this won't be too bad.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice, yes. You want to borrow some Astroglide, Plankton? So first we're greeted with a nice compilation to show off all the beautiful 3D cutscenes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now place your left hand over your left eye.
Wait, what the hell? I didn't click. I didn't push anything.
Here we are at Bikini Bottom.
Why is
We will
this
be
game
following my
so
favorite
loud?
creature, SpongeBob
I gotta turn it
SquarePants
down.
on his-
So after the intro abruptly ends, you are bombarded with this emphatic symphony of deafening proportions. How can SpongeBob stand being in this house?
Oops. Oops.
Oh, it's one of these games. Again.
Oops. 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 Oops.
Fine, you win! Oops! As for the adventure mode, this game has two alternate campaigns. The right side and the wrong side. Bizarre, I know. Let's start with the right side. So our story begins with a bunch of, I don't know, sea ants gathering at the chum bucket to help Plankton steal the formula. And as you could have guessed, plenty of giggles ensue.
Down here, you moron! No, here! No! No, fool! I'm right here! Feast your eyes on this. Wait. Wrong part.
7825, code 6, 105 North End.
Whoops. Just a moment.
I personally didn't find any of these cutscenes funny, but humor's subjective. Unfortunately, this game falls victim to very stock humor. Stock as in, oh look, it's funny because Plankton's acting smart even though dumb stuff is happening to him. Redundant conversation between SpongeBob and Patrick. Haha, Plankton's smart and SpongeBob's dumb. Look, Mrs. Puff is being tortured by SpongeBob. That kind of stuff. And then that's when you think to yourself, well, the cutscenes may be off-putting, but let's see if the game makes up for that. Or maybe even the story. So Plankton deploys robot crabs and sends the sea ants to assist him. And surprisingly, instead of trying to stop them, you play as robot crabs himself. Alright, finally we get to play the game. So what you're supposed to do is collect enough ingredients to make 4 Krabby Patties. The sea ants have already found the ingredients and are just wandering around aimlessly, waiting for you to collect them. And already we have something that makes no sense. You have a time limit to collect all the ingredients, and if you touch jellyfish or sea ants with no ingredients, you lose time. Well, sometimes you lose points, I don't know. So you want to get all the ingredients quickly, but here's what baffles me. If you're supposed to get the ingredients from the sea ants, which are helping you, let me remind you, then why the hell do they run away from you? It completely defies all logic. Are they playing some kind of mean prank on you? This isn't fun. I feel like I'm chasing mice around a house. Come on, sea ants. Come on, give me the Krabby Patty pieces. Come on, give them. Come on. I said come here, not go away! Now, of course, this would be way easier if they didn't run away from you. I'm just saying, okay? Was there really no way to execute this segment of the game without breaking the continuity?
Are you seriously complaining about continuity in a children's PC game from 2001? I didn't think a game called Operation Krabby Patty needed lore.
We've just barely scratched the surface, and already this game is a pile of junk. So robot crabs and the sea ants are successful in getting tons of Krabby Patties and stealing them. And of course, things go wrong.
Wait! You're going the wrong way, you sea ants! Turn around! Turn around!
That's another thing that doesn't make sense. Isn't taking all of those Krabby Patties a superfluous idea? Wouldn't one be enough?
Well, that's just Plankton's character. He's always been an over-the-top super genius madman with crazy, convoluted plans. It's kinda what defines him.
Stop talking, please. Some of us are trying to review games here. It's a very demanding task. I think that you would be able to appreciate that.
I love little girls, they make me feel so good. I love little girls, they make me...
Squidward wakes up in the midst of the chaos, and SpongeBob, being so brave and resourceful, concludes that the only way to catch up to Robot Krabs is by getting his driver's license so he can drive up to him. I'm not even gonna complain anymore. And so the second level commences. And this time we're driving a sweet-ass hot rod. The goal is to collect different color checkpoints, and the game tells you which ones you need to collect first. Like, look, here's a green one. What the heck? I'm stuck in the coral. What the... I go in reverse? This happened a few times while playing through the game. Sometimes you get stuck off the map after you collect things, but usually you can back up onto the map. But don't count on it, because sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes you'll get stuck off the map permanently. Like, look at this! And then you have to watch helplessly as the clock ticks down, waiting for your inevitable death. It's pretty depressing. Ooh, what's this? A bag of cement? Oh, it's kelp. Silly me. I thought kelp was green.
You know, when I was younger, I thought it was a Zero Bar because of the color. A Zero Bar? It's this white chocolate candy bar with caramel and nougat. Sounds good, but oh man, is it not. I'd take a salted nut roll over that any day.
We're not getting paid to say this. Now, like the previous level, you have your objective to complete, and if you touch anything else, you'll lose time. But the roads are kind of narrow here, and since you're driving this big piece of metal, you will inevitably hit stuff, unless you're really... Hi, my name's Johnny Knoxville, and I'm about to jump this ramp. Woohoo! Okay. I said that I would leave the cutscenes alone in terms of their lack of anything. But unfortunately, there's a little precious petal that I just can't leave unpicked. I give you the unignorable stupidity that is this next cutscene. Let us begin. SpongeBob fails the test, but manages to get away with a learner's permit. And instead of going after Robot Krabs, which is the reason he went to go get a license in the first place, he hangs out with Patrick in the middle of nowhere, throws his learner's permit twice. I mean, as you can see from the cutscene, he clearly had two. The piece of plastic, allegedly, flies around in the wind like a piece of paper and gets eaten by a clam, thereby putting us exactly right back where we started, only with more time wasted. And thus I conclude that SpongeBob should have just ran after Robot Krabs in the first place. Ugh. I can't. The pasty sloth guy is... You should probably talk about the next level. Ugh, my god.
Gladly. You've hogged the screen long enough, I think. You've been pretty mean to this game so far, but if you just take a second to look at it from more than just your point of view, you'd see the good things about it too. First of all, it's a SpongeBob game, so bonus point right there. Not even you can disagree with that. Secondly, similar to other computer games of this era, the music is a combination of SpongeBob's trademark tropical vibe and that classic early 2000s PC title sound. Thanks to the software alone, this game can instill feelings of nostalgia even in the people who didn't play it, at least reminding them of another game from their childhood. In terms of gameplay, you may be right about it being repetitive, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. As a kid, you don't recognize when a game is such, especially not with this one, as each oncoming level introduces new graphics and objectives, with colorful characters and backgrounds akin to the style of the show. You don't think about sprites or controls. When you're a kid, you're able to get more invested in the stories and tasks of the game. giving a perfectly entertaining experience. This level in particular I always loved as a child because you got to switch between playing as Spongebob and Patrick. A simple but interesting dynamic to the level. A lot of the levels did that, only having to add one new element to make things interesting. Even if it all controls the same, the experience for each area is definitely different from the one before it. And if you lost, the levels are only a few minutes long in the first place, which never made it painful to play over. So take a catchy SpongeBobby soundtrack, colorful visuals, and a short and sweet playstyle, and you've got yourself a good game. What do you think of them apples, Clay? Where'd he go?
Oh, yeah. I'll bet this is what people look like in heaven. Perfection.
Were you listening to anything I was just saying?
Yeah, I'll have cheese on mine.
You absolutely weren't. Okay, well, it looks like it's your turn again, Mr. Plasticine. Or did you run out of things to say about
Operation Krabby Patty?
Oh, yeah. Well, move out of the way and let the professional get back to work. So by a stroke of pure luck, literally, SpongeBob runs into Robo-Krabs himself. Why? I have absolutely no idea.
Robo-Krabs! I've got to warn Mr. Krabs!
Sure, why not? So the next mini-game is Jellyfishing with Sandy, because, you know, we don't have to warn Mr. Krabs or anything. Well, at least instead of having to use jellyfishing nets, we get to use those cool bag launchers from the episode Sandy's Rocket. So you go around shooting jellyfish, but only certain color jellyfish, because, you know, we need a little bit of challenge. What the heck? Why does that look so familiar? Let's check it out. Whoa! It's Big Lenny! Yeah, that's Big Lenny. Remember Big Lenny? Don't want to get stung by him, or we'll look like this guy. Come on, you piece of shit. Come on, Big Lenny. Yeah. I just caught Big Lenny. Some of you may be wondering why I haven't talked about the controls yet. Well, I've been quite hesitant to do so, but let's get it over with. Moving around is done by dragging the mouse. You don't even have to push anything. Just move the mouse and SpongeBob, or whoever you play as, will move all over the place. The camera is good at staying on SpongeBob, so at least you can see everything that's coming your way. Cause I'll tell you, nothing sucks more than having your character hang by the end of the screen. But a little complaint that I have about this stage is you're supposed to shoot the jellyfish, but you can't stand in one spot and take a precise shot. You have to run and shoot. Because the target that conveys where you're going to shoot is also the cursor that shows where you're moving to. It doesn't break the level by any means, but it certainly doesn't complement it. But, as fate would have it, the creme de la Kremling is saved for last. And by creme de la Kremling, I mean the worst level by far. I give you the Mr. Krabs stage. Well, at least SpongeBob made it to Mr. Krabs. I'll give him that.
The amazing Mr. Absorbency!
Oh! Look alive, SpongeBob! The Flying Dutchman's after me money!
Ugh, his voice is, like, in the wrong octave. Here, let me fix it quickly.
Look alive, SpongeBob! The Flying Dutchman's after me money!
That's better. So the final level in the right side campaign is to stop pirates from stealing the treasure. You're playing as Mr. Krabs' first mate, and you have to man the cannons. And even though there are actual cannonballs that could be fired, SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs choose to use bubble soap instead. Yeah, it's probably because it's a SpongeBob game and stuff. Now it seems very simple, doesn't it? Just shoot the pirates that are going near the ship so they don't get the treasure. Easy. Well, about 90% of the time I would shoot a pirate, SpongeBob would say oops or tartar sauce.
Oops! Tartar sauce! Tartar sauce! Tartar sauce! Oops! Tartar sauce! Oops!
Also, I wasn't getting points for shooting the pirates, so instinctively I thought I was doing something wrong. And it turns out, You're supposed to wait for the pirates to take the treasure before trying to stop them. That makes absolutely no sense. And let me remind you that it's not their money. That's Mr. Krabs' money that they stole. So there's no point other than putting Mr. Krabs' money in more danger. Just, my head's about to explode here. Am I the only one who just can't comprehend? Ugh. So SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs save the boat. They yuck it up. Plankton's plan fails, and he loses the Krabby Patties. And he lives to fight another day.
I'll be back with a new plan. An even more college-educated plan.
A-B-C-D-E-F-G-H-I-J.
That was appalling. I genuinely feel bad that I had to tear this game apart. I mean, but can you blame me? I don't know. Nostalgia's a funny thing. Oh boy, this I just didn't enjoy. But wait a minute. Let us not forget that there is the wrong side of the campaign. And who knows? Maybe it's better. Maybe they just experimented a bit with the right side, but they got it really good with the wrong side. And I have to say, the wrong side, for an alternate campaign, is actually just as bad. It's bad, okay? Imagine playing the exact same game all over again, but with different sprites and different cutscenes. It's the same game. And this boils down to my conclusion. I could forgive all of the problems that this game has if it wasn't for one thing. The gameplay isn't fun. The whole game, you are dragging the mouse around, completing tasks. Now, there's nothing wrong with that at all. I mean, you don't need to have a wide variety of gameplay to have a good game. And hey, just about every game that I've reviewed so far have the same form of gameplay throughout the entire game. But what these games do differently is that the gameplay is stimulating and addictive, which makes repetition not a problem. All you do in this game is drag the mouse around and click occasionally, and it never changes for the entire game. The only thing that changes are the objectives, but since the objectives are so mundane and repetitive, this leads to an extremely tiring game to play.
To be fair, you didn't exactly play it how it was meant to be played. Considering the demographic and the style of gameplay, this is a game best meant to be played in short bursts. Which isn't a bad thing at all. Unless you're a game review channel.
Think what you want, but I think it's safe to say that a game that's actually fun can be played for hours on end. Like Zuma Deluxe, Conquer Live and Reloaded's multiplayer, Beetlebug 3. Overall, this is not a terrible game by any extent of the imagination, but there are superior THQ games out there. I guess it just goes to show how different the same game can be to two different people. I guess I can picture some people not enjoying these games the way I do. Ugh. You know what, guys? Fuck the review. Fuck all of my reviews. Just play the game and judge for yourself. But that does not mean that I'm not gonna return to review a game another day.
Now that's the most reasonable thing you've said all review. I'm proud of you.
Don't touch me. Blah blah blah, does this belong in the Horde? Listen, I've looked at both sides of the coin here. I'm sure lots of people would put this game in their hordes, but this does not have a place in my horde. Well, Crimp, I got another game for you. Eat up.
Wait! Don't get rid of it just yet.
You what?
Can I have it? It's just, I wouldn't want it to go to waste. I haven't played Operation Krabby Patty in over 10 years. I really want to revisit it.
Be my guest. Here you go. Wait a minute. You haven't played this game in over 10 years, and you're trying to justify it on my review channel?
Well, it looks like that's my cue to leave. Thanks for having me on. Good night, everyone. Sleep tight. Eat your pasties.
Where the hell are you going? Let's play a game. It's called Hit the Sloth to Death with SpongeBob Operation Krabby Patty. Ah, eat up, crimp. Salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching my epic collab with Pasty's Bakery. We had a lot of fun making this video together. Go visit his channel by clicking the annotation above. He's not as good looking as me, but there's some great content on his channel. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the Klay-Kremling channel as well for more animations and reviews.